What's going on, family? Welcome back to OR Trades, man. I'm here to go over the trade recap. We took 2 trades today. I'm going to go ahead and share the thought process behind the trades, the setups we were looking for, and the reasoning behind the execution. But at the end of the video, you're also going to hear my thoughts on how I'm preparing myself for tomorrow and kind of what I'm expecting on the day right before CPI. But before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome and thank you for subscribing. If you're just passing by or just tuning in, please subscribe, turn on post notifications because you will be getting some more heat. But without further ado, let us get into the video.
Look. Told my dogs that we won't starve again. I show my face in places I'll never show again. I stacked my chips and did it with no one noticing. Dealing with some shit I told moms that I'll never fold again. And it's on God, I don't like how they move. I'm from a city where they sharing every move that they do.
All right, so as I mentioned yesterday, I was expecting some more downside today. We didn't get it, but we were able to short the fib levels from this leg to the downside. This is where we rejected up top yesterday. Let me grab my fib tool here. This is where we were. This was the top yesterday, and I took my fib from that high to this low at pre-market, and I was willing to go short. Excuse me, willing to go short at the 50, the 61.8, and the 78.6, which I'm gonna elaborate on that at towards the end of the video. But the first setup we took was at 929, and the reason we took that trade, 929, which is right here, 929. I took the trade on SPX. We rejected the 50% retracement, and at that same time, SPX was approaching that 3,900 level. If you see here, 929. We had this rising wedge on SPX. This is where I took the trade. I took the trade on the breakdown of 3,900. I scalped it. Again, I'm not a breakout trader, but this setup looks solid. I was expecting us to bounce a little bit and come back up to test this falling wedge, but we slipped right through. I hit a market order at 929. We got filled at 390. Sold most of our position at $4.40, and then the runner went to $6.50. So it's a beautiful trade. Could have let this thing keep going, but I took my profits and I moved on. Again, we on SPY, we rejected the 50% retracement, and then SPX was approaching a key level at 3,900. Like I mentioned yesterday, I was expecting more downside. We got a little bit of it, but SPY held that 3860 level that I was, or 386.40 level that I was talking about yesterday. We came right back to it again, and we bounced. That level is going to be key to watch coming into tomorrow and for the rest of the week. So keep an eye on 386.40. Okay, now the next trade we took, again, this was charting SPY. We had a rising wedge back up here at the 50% retracement. I felt good taking this trade at the top of this wedge, expecting a breakdown. We took the trade at 133, and our fill was $1.40. We took most of our position off at 175, left a runner, and we capitalized at $2.40. Really, really good trade. Again, these are patterns that you got to look for. These are things that, you know, they have high probabilities. And if you're playing a retracement, you know, you're going to get the premiums at a discount. So the moment the move happens, if it does happen in your favor, they're going to print. I mean, in one candle, these things went to 60%. You know, it's a beautiful trade, beautiful setup. You know, initially I told the chat that I was going to be very patient today. I was either going to wait for that breakdown of 386.40 to slip. We didn't get there. So my other thought process was to wait for the retracements up into this golden zone, either the 50, the 61.8, and the 78.6. Now, there's 2 setups that I'm looking at coming into tomorrow, and one of them is on SPX. As long as 39.35 holds, bears are still in control. So if we can get up here and reject this level, I will go short at 39.35. So that's something to keep an eye on for tomorrow. Again, I think we may be range bound coming into CPI before the big news. So I'm expecting, a little bit, maybe go a little bit higher. If we can reject this, I'll go short. I may not hold it that long, but I'm willing to scalp it there if we can get a nice rejection. The other setup we got is Netflix. Netflix is on watch tomorrow. We have a double top here at this $330 range. Do we reject it or do we push through? That's the question. So what I'll be looking for is a potential pop through it. If we can't hold, we're selling off. So potentially go short. Now, if we push through, I'll wait for a retest for it to hold and then enter long. But that's a setup that I'm looking for here on Netflix, $330 level. Keep an eye out for it. This thing could really move. Again, if we break above it and we fail to hold it, we will see some downside. The other setup will be we break through it, come back and retest 330 for another move higher. So keep an eye on Netflix tomorrow. Keep an eye on that SPX level that I was talking to you about, 39.35. It's going to be on watch for a potential short. I think there's going to be a good opportunity up here. So be ready. Also, SPY. Last thing before I go. Let me clear this here. This was a perfect breakout, come back to retest and hold. So we could be seeing some more upside. I was expecting us to fall back into this before CPI, but we held that break of the channel. We broke out of it, came back to retest it, and we had a nice, green day today. So that's something to keep an eye on. We still didn't break previous day highs. We're right smack in the middle, but we held that 386.40 level that I was telling you guys about. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. But anyways, man, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Any questions, put them up in the comments. Drop a like, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And have a blessed day. Good luck tomorrow. Peace.